Here we are on this is the new landing page for Idaho Public Television, for Idaho PBS. Most everything that people will want to access is here on this main top nav. First off, the logo is clickable, so if you're on a secondary page, clicking on the Idaho PTV logo will take you back to the home page. The next thing that people look for the most is the TV schedule. In the TV schedule, they can click here on TV schedule, or they can click view TV schedule in the drop down. Both of them go to the same place, which is here on the schedule page. Scroll down a little bit and you'll have two versions of the schedule. This is sort of the legacy schedule, which to view episodes or show information, you'll just click on a show and it'll bring up the description as well as when are playing. If they want to see when previous episodes are, that's the button here at the bottom, and then they'll have to kind of scroll back down to that previous list. And then there we also have the alternate format, which will be switching to this format of the schedule in the future is the current plan. And this one, if they need to search for a show, like if they're looking for great performances or dialogue, this is where they'll find that information. So that's where you can search for shows. And this, let's refresh. The secondary schedule is not set up for Pacific time, so it's showing Mountain time. So it has that note to be aware that there's an hour change. And this one, when you click on the shows, you will get a description, but it's a much shorter description. So it just gives people options of what, how they want to view it, what works better on their phone and for their uses. Both of those schedules for now will be showing. Also underneath the TV schedule drop down is the A to Z list. The A to Z list has all of the shows for a certain day are listed. So again, if we're going to look up dialogue, we'll click D and scroll to dialogue here and click on it. And then it's going to list all of the upcoming shows. So that's a feature that we kept from the old website. So A to Z was popular, and that's the only way you can access it is from the drop down. And then we also have the channels program guide, which has the 3 most recent program guides. If you click on those, it will take you to a list with the program guide. Otherwise, it's embedded here on the page normally would, and there's a brief tutorial at the bottom of that page. Under Watch, it takes you to the Watch page, which has Find Your Local Station, which is the numbers for the local area, and it also will jump you to Passport. Both of those are on the Watch page, and the Passport info, they can just simply to get more text. Just going down to list sessions page, this will take you to the kids page so they can watch the live stream. This will take you to the PBS video app. This will take you to YouTube, to the recent Ron's pick. This takes you to updates on signal outages, which we update as needed. If there's something going on, like recently there was a St. Mary's outage, there was also a banner up in this area that said there's signal outages in the St. Mary's area, learn more, and it would take them to this page for a little bit more information about what's going on and timeline and stuff for that signal outage or engineering notice. And then Watch on Demand just takes you to the video page, which is this page. Local shows, it just lists through each of our local shows. There's a bunch of things grouped underneath specials. All of these have a similar format, and I will come back to those for a little brief tour later on. Kids will take you to the kids page. Kids channel live stream will take you to the same homepage, which is this. And all of the things that are here in the drop down are also here on this navigation list. So this is the live stream player. There's some game activities this will rotate out periodically. And at the bottom of this, you'll see the kids club, or you could jump to the kids club, and that's got the information about that. Games goes to PBS Games. Writers Contest goes to our Writers Contest page, which we are currently making evergreen. So it'll always be in March when, and the PDFs are currently more date specific, and we'll be updating those in the near future. So it's always going to be live, so people can, so the kids can submit all year long, and there's no specific dates. The only thing that will change is the contest winners, and that will change out in about May, and these will be clickable to see a PDF of the kids' stories going forward. Kids Parents, PBS Parents goes to the PBS page, and Science Trek will go, actually Science Trek is its own page right now, so this is what the Science Trek site looks like. And if you click on this logo in the top corner, it will take you back to the PBS website. Learn has a larger menu. If you click on Learn, it'll take you to a landing page where all of those things are collected. It's kind of a brief page, but then if you go to Families, which you can click on either here in the menu or at these bubbles at the bottom, but they link to the same place. These lists of things, of offers of information, they matching lists up in the top nav, and these are expandable so people can get the additional information, and that's the same for all three categories. Events, the top button, events calendar, and upcoming events all take you to the events page. That's just redundancy to make sure people get to where they're going to, no matter how they're thinking about it. On the events page, all the events that are going on and ticket opportunities will be listed here in the top menus. Currently, I just have Mr. Rogers up here, and there's no featured events at this time. All of the events will also be listed here in the calendar, and in the calendar there will be a link to the sign-up sheets if there is an associated sign-up page. I'll show you an example with the earlier events. So out of the shadow screening, this you'll be able to click on and then register here. So it'll take you to, it just swung back to this page because it doesn't exist anymore. However, if it's an active page, it will go to the registration page. So yeah, featured event will be listed here, ticket opportunities here, and then if there's additional events going on, they'll be listed down here at the bottom. And as many categories as there needs to be, or columns, I should say, as many columns as there need to be. So featured event would jump to this featured event area. Ticket opportunities would jump to the ticket opportunities area. Right now we have a special thing going on, so I have it listed here in events, and that's the Mr. Rogers fundraiser. It is listed here as well as under donate, and if there's ever a special event like festival, Decemberfest, year-end giving, they will be on the top menus in one or both of those places. Clicking on About is going to take you to generic information about the show with our mission and the pillars and locations. and some information about staff, reports and documents, awards. Contact us takes you to our contact page, which has some additional information here at the top. For closed captioning, contact form. Clicking on contact form here is going to take you directly to the form rather than the one on page. E-newsletter sign up is going to take you to this block, and I'll note that on this page and on one of the kids page, or one of the learn pages, I think it's the educators page, you'll see this reCAPTCHA, and that is associated with this sign up for e-newsletter feature. It's just a protection to make sure that we don't get bots, but those are the only two pages you'll see those on. If you were looking at this on phone view, it seems a little redundant to have these two side by side. If you're looking at it on phone view, e-newsletter is kind of going to be at the bottom of the page. So instead of making somebody scroll down to the bottom of the page, they can hit the e-newsletter sign up, and it'll jump them to that section of the page. So here's the form they fill out, and this is a WUFU form, and it goes to the front desk, and this form is embedded in all of the shows as well as the contact page, and it's the same contact page for each of the shows rather than having a whole slew of contacts. It's just the one page, just embedded in a lot of different areas. Again, closed captioning and diversity has a similar form on it that's specific to closed captioning. And then it's got the information about closed captioning and information about diversity policy. Again, if they're looking out on their phone and they click diversity policy, it will jump them to that section rather than having to scroll down to it. Find your local station will return you to the watch page in the find your local station section. Friends page has the information about friends, contact information, officers, public meetings, and whatnot are all here on this page. The awards page is just a list of all the current awards listed by year and then alphabetically by the show it's associated with. And these go back to 2009, I believe, and they get added to as needed. Jobs page has some links for the state page for all jobs, or the state page just for the Idaho Public Television opportunities, as well as these associated PDFs and links that give them more information about the process and the benefits. And in the future, we plan to add some videos and additional documents here on the side menu or the sidebar. And then if there's any job opportunities listed, they're going to be in this area with a link to the state job site, which will have the full information for the candidate. Shop PBS is going to take you to the Shop PBS page. Sign up for e-newsletter is going to jump you back to the contact page for that section. Press Room Blog is going to go to the WordPress, and Reports and Documents is going to take you to our Reports and Documents page. We keep the last 5 years of documents available, and most of these are PDFs that will open up for the viewers. General Manager is listed in here. The General Manager report is on this page. What else? The donate button, if you click on the donate button, it's going to take you directly to the Allegiance donate page. If you hover on it, you'll see these options. Ways to support is the main donation page, where it gives you all the information. We're going to have a video here that rotates out, and all of these are clickable and expandable. Some of them have kind of a complete information there, and some of them will have just a sentence or two and then link to an additional page. And that also has an additional section which has friends and tax credit information. Some of these are redundant from what's on the About page. It's just a matter of helping people find what they're looking for, we hope. Corporate sponsorship is going to take you to that corporate sponsorship page, where it has information for businesses on the list of businesses that currently support us. Donor benefits is a great page. It's going to have, it has this table where people can see what benefits they're getting based on how much they're donating. And at the bottom of this page, it also has the information about the tax credit. Donor Connect is going to take them to the page where they can update their user information. Donate Now is going to take you directly to the Allegiance page. Idaho Educational Tax Credit is going to jump you to the tax credit information, which they will have to click on that header when they get to that page. And again, Mr. Rogers is listed here. And then there's the search, which goes through Google search. So let's look up Dialogue. So it's going to pull up sort of a embedded Google search, which pulled up exactly what we were looking for. And there it is. So now that we're on a show page, just a brief overview of how these pages look in general is they'll have an episode library, history, about, staff, and then the contact page. And again, as I said, the contact page is the same contact page that's used under About Contact. It's just on a dialogue page. These pages all have the video, and these are automatically updated by what's been recently aired. And then it's got all of the videos for dialogue are all here. They can scroll through them to find what they're looking for. If they want to look for something more specific, I recommend going to the out to dialogue on the video page, which is on demand. Dialogue. So if they want to search by season or for a specific episode, this is a great place to do that. It's a little more robust than the search we have on the web page. So if they're looking for a certain author, or if you're looking for a certain Outdoor Idaho episode, this is a great place to find it. So let's look for Wild Horses, which is an Outdoor Idaho episode. There it is, Wild Horses. So that's an easy way to find specific shows, is by searching here on the video page. Let's go back to the home page. On the home page, you'll find the hero that scrolls through. These will rotate out as needed. We try to have a national show, kind of a featured event, a local show, education, and development is how we're going to try to set those out. These pages are redundant from above. Donate will go to the Allegiance page. Watch will go to the video, the on-demand. Just making sure that is where it went. Schedule will take you to the schedule page, and events will take you to the events page. There are 3 videos listed here that will rotate as needed based on shows or things we're promoting. There's this poster list, which is all the local shows, and if you click on these, they will take you to that local show. It's the same list as here under local shows. I'll also mention if they click just on local shows, they get the same poster layout. It's alphabetical, whereas the other one was popularity, or it's listed by popularity rather than alphabetical. popular national shows, this will rotate a little bit based on what's being promoted by PBS. So country music would have been on here, or The Great American Read would have been on here. The Summer of Space, that kind of stuff, that would have been populated in this area. So like Poldark and Durrell's will get rotated out fairly soon. But we'll try to keep NewsHour probably will definitely be one that's always there. And then here on the bottom of the page, we have the it's the WordPress, our Press Room blog. It's just a brief snippet of the Press Room blog, and this automatically updates. And then Facebook and the sign up to our e-newsletter will jump you to that contact page, e-newsletter section. In the footer, we've got icons that take you to the home page for these different social media, for our different social media accounts. For the most part, this list is pretty much the same. Well, or it's got things that are on the top nav. The only things that are different down here is social media connections, which this is a page that has all of our shows listed and their associated social media accounts, and that varies just depending on what the show has. So Idaho Experience has a Facebook and an Instagram, where Science Trek has Facebook and YouTube. Ecosystem has Facebook and a newsletter. So that this is kind of a place where I've just collected all the social media links that we've got. And update your donor information is the same link as Donor Connect. It's just worded differently, just depending on what the viewer thinks. You know, if they know Donor Connect, they'll look for that, or if they're not sure about it, maybe they'll find update donor information here in the footer. These reports take you to the reports page, to the specific section of that report. And again, that's helpful for phone because they won't have to scroll to find it. If they click on that link, they'll go right to the section that they're looking for. Public meetings takes you to the Friends page and the upcoming public meeting. Closed captioning jumps you directly to the closed captioning form. General information is the About page. And privacy policy is our privacy policy page, which may be getting some updates in the near future. And what was the last thing? The sitemap. I have a brief, kind of a simple sitemap that just kind of lists out the way that the website is organized. And then all of these are clickable links. So if they're not, if they don't want to go to local shows and sessions, like find the stream they're looking for, they can just go to East Wing 41 and it'll take them directly there on that sitemap page. At the bottom of each of the footer on every page, it has our charitable information, and currently we have the new website feedback button, which is also this intro banner at the top. This won't always be here. This will be here just when there's something special going on, or if there's an engineering notice that needs to be up in this space. And that's the same as this button. This button won't always be here. It's a temporary thing just to get feedback as we're getting up and running with this new website. So I think that is most of the navigation for the website. We'll scroll back through and see if there's anything else I want to go over. American Graduate is a little bit different than the other show layouts because they do YouTube videos, so they're stacked in a little bit different than the other shows. Idaho Experience looks very similar to Dialogue, where it's got the videos and then kind of additional site information. And again, the top menu changes as needed. This is a link to Learning Media. Idaho in Session has its own calendar that's different than the event calendar. It just has what's going on for in sessions. If you click on these meeting titles, you can see that this will take you directly to the page that's streaming that video. And if there's more information, it'll take you to whatever information we've been provided for that in-session meeting. So that's listed on the calendar. If they just want a list of shows, or of the rooms that stream, that's on the legislature page and hearing room list, and here's all the rooms they could want to look at. Idaho Reports is pretty much the same as Dialogue. Idaho Science Journal is just videos on it. Outdoor Idaho has an episode library. In the episode library, they can look at the alphabetical, the collection list, or the list of episodes with web pages. We didn't pull over all of the episode web pages that we had on the old website. We might add more as needed if we get requests from viewers, but right now the list is it's much shorter. It's this list here on the side, and these pages have the video and whatever essays or interviews that were associated. It's everything that was on the old web page. It's just laid out so it's a single page instead of a multi-page website for each show. And again, Science Trek goes to its own webpage. Specials. This first list of specials takes you to everything that we've got on the video page. So if you go to the first one, see, it takes you to a video. Oh, I went too far back. Let's go back home. Back to specials. Just like in Outdoor Idaho, there's a link here to the ones with websites. Oh, I need to fix that link. Clearly not. It should jump you to this section where we've kept the most popular special show sites. So if you click on All Aboard here, you'll get our All Aboard webpage, which, again, like Outdoor Idaho, all the related essays and interviews and whatnot are going to be hide show information. Most of those have all been dropped to a single page. The only one that's different is Lewis and Clark, which has a moments in time as well as a quiz page. But as you can see, it, like any interviews and essays, are here on the single page rather than it being a sprawling multi-page website for Lewis and Clark. Idaho Debates looks a little bit outdated right now because we haven't done any updates to it, but when there's election stuff going on, it'll be updated here on this page with the calendar and the playlist. So I think that is everything now. I'm really hoping that viewers are able to find what they want easily. The only concerns that we've really got, or the complaints, is that it's a different layout overall, and you know, people don't always like change, but all the information they used to have is all here. It's just laid out differently. So I think that's all, and I hope users enjoy using it.